Hey, what's going on, everybody? So you were probably anticipating this next video was going to be my actual driving test, skills test at the BMV, but that never panned out. I'll tell you why. Well, for one reason, it was probably like 50 degrees that morning and raining. So there was no way I was going to ride 45 minutes to the BMV in 50-degree weather as it was raining. And I didn't even bother calling them. They might not have even done it that day because they do cancel with bad weather. So anyway, that was a scratch, but that's okay. I have until like next year to get my temps expire sometime in the summer of next 2022. So I'll have time in the spring to do it. So it's not a deal breaker, but anyway, yeah, I was a little disappointed that it's like, it figures, you know, it's been nice all summer and then there's a possum there. I don't know what happened to that, but off in a better place now, I suppose. But anyway, yeah, so the skills test will have to wait till another day. So I know I haven't posted in a week or so, and again, just have a lot going on right now at the homestead, so trying to just get through the days and get the opportunity to ride. So I sound like a broken record, but you know, ever since I bought this bike, the most difficult challenge for me is to actually get on it, and that's crazy. So maybe one day life will change where I have more opportunity to ride, but I envy the folks that can just get on these things any day and ride and just casually live their lives and not have to worry about things or have responsibility. That's awesome, you know. But maybe one day. So partly that's my fault, other things not so much. But with that said, I am on the road today, and this is a beautiful day, a little chilly. I actually have my vest on today, which is just really nice to have underneath my main. I don't really have any motorcycle gear per se, like an official motorcycle jacket or anything. I just wear, you know, whatever clothes I have at home. But the vest really helps, because if you keep your core, and I know you guys and gals that ride, if you keep your core warm with a vest, then your extremities and things like that don't seem to be as affected as much, you know. Now my hands and my feet still get cold, but you know, 50-something degrees is not really cold weather, so especially not going really fast. I'm only riding around the neighborhood again. It's, you know, you can tell here I'm low speeds, anything under 40 miles an hour, just cruising around, and it's not too bad at all. So yeah, I have another channel in the works. It's completely different than my riding channel. It's something that I think I can do, well, I know I can do all year round, so it's just mainly behind the computer. I don't have to get on a bike and go outside and capture video. It's all just self-created on the computer, so that'll keep me busy during the winter time. And then don't worry, this channel's not going away. It's just I needed some other outlet for the channel, because this is not growing as fast as I thought it would. I probably had this about a year and a half, and honestly, I don't even have 500 subscribers yet, because I know YouTube just, here's the issue with YouTube. I'm starting to figure out like the algorithms and stuff. With YouTube, you have to have videos that people watch the entire video all the way through, and that's the key. And also the videos have to be, there's a bunch of different technical aspects that I'm starting to figure out, and this channel is completely not that. So I can see why my channel base and things haven't grown, but I do have some issues, not so much issues, but I do have some challenges that I gotta remember when I make my videos. And it's really tough, because most people that subscribe to this channel, they want to see me riding a bike. They want to see the bike going down the road. But you know, you got to realize that is a very, very, very tiny little niche out there that like these type of videos. Most people want the quick, short, funny, you know, funny cats videos, and you know, I don't know. It's just the mentality of human beings today is just interesting. The attention span of human beings these days are like gnats. So if they're not being, you know, if there's no drama, if there's no comedy, if there's no something that holds their interest for more than, you know, a few seconds, they're clicking somewhere else. I don't know if you've ever seen a young kid like use a cell phone. Oh my goodness. I mean, they are flying on that thing. So we've been conditioned as human beings everything has to be now, everything has to be quick. Very hard for people to come here and watch a video like mine that are probably under the age of, I would say, 25, because they're simply not going to do it. Now, if you are that age, I applaud you, because you understand that you can relax and just watch the videos and listen to nice narration and, you know, good video quality. That's great. But most people, they want quick, fast, funny, you know, drama, beating up this, you know, fighting this, looking at this. I mean, they want the absolute extreme. And my video is never going to be that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be jumping hills on this, or, you know, it's just crazy. So with that said, yeah, I'm working on a video project, a YouTube channel project that is more about writing and comedy and stuff. And I don't think any one of you would be remotely interested in it. So that's why I'm not really going to talk about it here, because that's done. I'm done with that. It's not anything anyone would be interested in that watches these videos. So it's going to be a completely different genre, completely different niche, but that'll keep me busy during, like I said, the winter. And actually I could do it all year round. I don't have to worry about the elements. It's right behind my computer. So enough of that, but wish me luck. And that's kind of what's been preoccupying my time the last couple of weeks. So now that I got a good start on that, I got a couple videos out there, but again, nobody would be interested in them. It's more for just, you know, silliness and comedy and stuff, and more just videos targeted towards that. So anyway, on with the bike. I'm going to head down to the park here, you know, the local park that I usually ride to. So hang tight for a second. So back at the park, as you can see, it's a great day. I mean, there's not too many people up here right now. You know, like I said, it's a mostly sunny day. I think the temperature is about, you know, low 50s. And this is the perfect kind of weather. I think the perfect kind of weather for me would actually be, I don't know, maybe 65, 70 at the most. But I don't like the extremes, you know. I don't think anyone does when it's like 95 degrees and humid or bitter freezing. Nobody likes the extreme elements, but this bike is great for those mild temperatures, right? But this is the park that like you see here, there's sometimes it's really quiet like this. But I think this is a Saturday, more in the afternoon, more in the, I don't even remember, oh my goodness. So next year, I am gonna get the gear to actually record my audio while I'm riding the bike. And that's gonna be a change for me, which I think it'll be a welcome change, because by the time I do these videos, you know, a day or two has possibly passed when I do the auto recording, because as you know, I do the audio, I dub over the video with separate audio track. So I'm actually recording audio from my computer at home as I watch the video. So it's a little weird. Not many people do that, but I think it makes a great combination, because then there's no noise, no wind noise, and it's very hard to get around that. But next year I'm going to make a try to do it, and I have some ideas. Maybe, we'll see. I mean, this seems to work out good, but it is probably going to be a different experience if I would actually talk and ride at the same time, because my mind's in a different spot, as I should say. But trying to do it separately after a day or two has passed, I can't even tell you right now when I'm riding what I was thinking about. So that's a little strange, but for the most part, I can get by doing this, and I think people enjoy the audio, the clarity, and I do appreciate that when I hear the comments about it. So going back to the channel, this channel's been, what, maybe a year and a half in the making. And like I said, I have about 440 some odd subscribers. And my goal is to get as many as possible, but I am realizing that this channel is not going to, you know, grow to the point where I can quit my day job or anything. And, you know, in the back of my mind, I always had that thought that, hey, maybe this channel could turn into something really cool, but then I'm realizing it's pretty much, I shouldn't say it's impossible, but with the setup that I have and the fact that I can't really ride anywhere like across the world or different things, it's going to be a little difficult to pull that off, extremely difficult. Because now that I know what YouTube likes as far as algorithms and what really makes a channel grow, I'm fighting against something that just is like inevitably possible to even try. Now there's some people, granted, that have channels that don't really necessarily travel the world, and they do have a lot of subscribers. I don't know if they make livings doing the YouTube, but I doubt it. There's some very popular channels that you guys probably already subscribe to that are way bigger than this, that have thousands and thousands of members and, you know, subscribers, and, you know, tens of thousands of views on every video that they put out. But I guarantee you they're still not making a living doing this on YouTube. They have day jobs. If they are, it's going to be very rare, because it's very difficult. Very difficult. I've been at it for like a year and a half, and I'm, you know, fairly intelligent guy, and I'm just now starting to figure out what the recipe is for making a living on YouTube. And it's, you know, that's why I'm working on my other channel. But don't worry, I'm not going to neglect this at all. I'm just, you know, during the winter when I can't ride the bike, that's when I'm going to be feverishly working on my other channel, because I think last year I took a break for maybe what 4 or 5 months on this thing. So hang tight, you know, don't go anywhere. Don't worry, I'm just going to continue to record videos, you know, when I can, when I ride, and maybe by then I'll have some better ideas. But it's tough, you know, because you've seen this park probably a half dozen times. You've you know, seen the bike a lot. I'll probably, what I want to do is do an oil change on this before I winterize this bike, which is not difficult, but at least that'll be some little things I can do differently. You know, some more maintenance stuff on the bike that people would like to see. I do want to install some, their back LED lights for, I can't think of the name of them right now, but you install these these lights on the back of the bike, and they're not, they kind of coincide with the turn indicators, but they're more like running lights, so that'll be cool. I saw another video where someone did that, and I would really like to do that. But you know, all this stuff takes money. So this hill right here, I'm going up here now, is very, very steep. Not too many people can even ride a bicycle up it, and the video doesn't serve justice because you can't tell it flattens everything out. When you watch a video, it flattens the curves in the hills. So more so the hills. So you really can't get a good sense, but this is a steep hill. And when I tried to ride my bike up it a few times, and it's almost, you know, so you can see guys walking now, and they're, you know, they're experienced riders, and it's very difficult to climb that hill. That's how steep it is. So, but the bike, getting back to the ADV 150, actually climbs that hill really nicely, and I'm not a light guy. I'm about 220, solid muscle. No, I'm kidding. But, you know, being 220, man, it does a nice job climbing that hill. There's no hesitation. I mean, it's not going to go from 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, no. But you can keep up with traffic. I don't ever have a problem with, you know, going up the hill thinking that a car is going to be honking and trying to get by me, like the Dumb and Dumber video when they went to Aspen, you know, if anyone's seen Dumb and Dumber. It's nothing like that. It'll keep up, and it'll climb the 40 miles an hour really quickly, even going up a steep hill. So I know I have, you know, some questions that people say, how does it do on hills? Do you ever feel that it lags? No, not at all. Maybe just a tiny, tiny bit, but it's not anything that like I would fear that I'm holding up traffic. You know, if somebody's really on my bumper, this don't have a bumper, on my tail, you know, that is trying to get up a hill, then they're being aggressive, and they don't have any patience, let's just say that. And I've never had that happen yet, so we're good. But yeah, after having this bike, you know, I'd say over a year and maybe, year and 4 months, I can't be more pleased with it. This might be one of my last videos of the year as far as a longer one, so I'm kind of want to try to talk about the bike a little bit more, ending into the closure of the year, because it's getting chilly, and I'm not a big fan of riding in the cold, as you know. I've mentioned it many times. But the windscreen that I installed that you can see in the frame here is better now that I've ridden the bike a little bit more with this shield. It's not an extreme change from the stock shield windscreen, but it does help, especially when you're going, I would say, 35 and under. It really helps control that blast of wind on your chest and your helmet and stuff. So I'm pleased with it for only $39. You know, you can see in my other video how I installed it. It's just 4 screws, and you can't beat it. I mean, try it even for 39 bucks. Sometimes that's a dinner out, you know. Especially for 2 people, that's a dinner. I can eat $39 worth of food myself, but I try not to. But so yeah, it's nice. And I don't really have any other accessories on this bike except the windscreen, and let's see what else. That's about it. I put some decals on it because, you know, I'm weird like that. I got a couple vinyl decals that I applied to the bike, and I'm going to get more of those. That'll be some good winter project I can do. And the little phone mount on the left there on the handlebar, you can see it. It's got the little green, little rubber secure thing on it, but I don't really put my phone on the handlebar anymore because not when I just casually ride. That's a sweet ride there. I can't tell if that's a Honda. I can't really tell what that is, but it's all decked out with some custom rims, and it's been lowered, and whoever, you know, really nice job they did on that. That is slick. I really like that a lot. But they took the emblems off, so I can't really tell by the back tail lights what kind of vehicle that was. But anyway, getting back to the bike, yeah, if, you know, I enjoy the comments, but I don't know. Next year we'll see what happens. One of these days when I get a little bit more freedom in life, then I'll be able to stretch my legs on this, and maybe I would like to do a trip where I'm going, you know, a couple 100 miles away, and maybe, you know, pitching the tent and doing some day camping, night camping, you know, like overnight camping, I should say, In the group that I belong to, the Greater Cincinnati Motorcyclist, GMC I think it is for short, they really good group of people that I had a video earlier in the year that I'd rode with them. So I plan next year to hopefully do a lot more rides with them, and they do have some overnight trips that they take, so that'll be interesting. I'd probably rather do it with some people than myself solo right now, you know, because just if you do have an issue with the bike or anything else, you have some people around to help you out. So I think if I ever do an overnight stay on a road trip, it would be with a group of people. Just my preference. You know, safety in numbers, so you always have others helping you out. But man, the golf course is packed today. I don't know what's going on, maybe because it's a cooler day and, you know, we're getting towards the end of the year. Our warmer weather is kind of becoming less and less. So the golf course today is pretty packed, as you can see by all the vehicles. And they're all out there on the course enjoying the little bit of nice weather that we have left this year. It's getting the, you know, Halloween is next Sunday. So yeah, any week now it's going to get, you know, down to like 30 degrees and stay like that until spring. So it's really interesting in Cincinnati, Ohio, southern Ohio. You know, you'll get some warm spells where it'll struggle to stay warm for a couple weeks, and all of a sudden, boom, it's freezing. So people are trying to get their golfing in before that happens, which will probably happen next month at some point, you know, being November. Not too many days left in November that you can ride a motorcycle without winter gear on, and I don't have any of that. So that's gonna probably be my break. So this might be one of the longer videos and the last videos that you'll see that's longer, because I have the other channel that I'm going to work on in the winter. But this is actually the Walden Ponds area, Walden Ponds subdivision or community. I really wouldn't call it a subdivision because it stretches pretty far and wide, but it surrounds the golf course, and these are some pretty extravagant homes back here. More expensive than I can afford, actually, but you know, we live on the outskirts of this subdivision or neighborhood, so it's more reasonably priced. But up here, yeah, it's some jack to live in here. Anywho, enjoy the ride, and I'll be back here shortly. So, everything considered, it was a good year, a lot better than last year for me, and I was able to ride a little bit more than last year. So it'll keep getting better, and maybe next year will be where I can get out there a lot more and do some other things, kind of make some new adventures. So, every time I get a good comment on the channel, when somebody leaves a really uplifting comment, it keeps me motivated to press on, because there's many times that I wanted to just completely abandon this channel and just say, you know what, I'm done, I'm just gonna ride for fun. And I mean, I do ride for fun, but what I'm talking about is I thought many times just ride without a camera and just enjoy it for what it is. But then as soon as I have that mentality, I'll have a nice comment where it really inspires me to keep plugging away and just doing this. So it's not going to go anywhere. I've made up my mind just to keep doing this. And but if you have any suggestions, any one of my subscribers out there that do watch my videos on a regular basis, this is your channel more so than mine. It's just because I do it for the audience, believe it or not, and I like to just kind of display the bike and talk, as you know, and just kind of share what's going on in my world. So if you have any comments or suggestions on any type of videos that you would like to see me do. I know I've had some comments that more maintenance videos. This thing unfortunately doesn't have a lot of maintenance that you have to worry about except oil changes. So yeah, I'll do the oil change, but I'm talking about anything else like you'd like to see, or anything in my area. If you're anywhat familiar with Cincinnati, Ohio area, Hamilton, Ohio, there's a lot to do around here. I just got to get the time to go out and do it. But so yeah, leave me comments, any ideas that I can improve the channel, what I could do differently. I like constructive feedback. I'm a big boy, I have thick skin, I can take it. So whatever you see that you don't like, let me know. Whatever you see you do like, let me know. And then I'll just keep pressing on. But I think this will probably be one of my last videos of the year as far as anything long. Maybe not. If I have a good Indian summer day where I can get out there and ride, and it's November and it's still not 30 degrees yet, I might do it. But other than that, again, I want to thank everyone for sticking out and watching the channel and subscribing, and the comments are awesome. I read every one of them and I try to answer every single one of them. But sometimes I don't see them. It's weird. So if I don't answer you on a comment, it's because it never shows up on my main screen. It's like buried somewhere else. It's very hard to explain, and I won't get into it. But I'm not ignoring you purposely, so I'll find them eventually. But yeah, thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching the videos, and keep the comments coming. Again, anything that I can improve on, let me know. Anything you'd like to see, let me know. And with that said, hope to be back with my last video of the year. Probably is going to be an oil change, maybe. Can't promise you. It seems like life has an interesting way of interrupting everything for me, but we'll see what happens. And I'm going to close out here, but again, appreciate all you guys. So take care and stay tuned.